Yes, my people. All right, guys, let's talk about this game. First of all, I feel like this was a fairly contested feature, right? The France were on the front foot, but so was Senegal. And I feel like the game favored them in the first half. They created a couple of clearer cut chances, some of which they could have converted. But apart from that, the ball recoveries were a bit better. They applied more pressure. The counter pressing was very good from their side. And they were able to neutralize front four France for that first half, right? But there's just something about Didier Deschamps. I think he's probably the best halftime team coach, right? Because every time we've seen this in multiple occasions that if France, they have a poor first half, but then they come back in the second half and they've just switched gears. And that's exactly what we saw today, right? They came back in the second half. They deployed a different strategy in that attacking four, right? Michael Olise was the one occupying the pockets more often. Dembele was making the third man run, sort of a decoy, right, to drag defenders out of possession. He didn't have the best of games because his game was very compromised, because it needed to allow players like Michael Olise to be in the ball a lot more and players like Mbappe to be the ones to run in behind when that gap is exploited. France continue to apply pressure. Mbappe gets the first goal, a brilliant through pass by Michael Olise, right? And then after that, the momentum was just too much. Senegal couldn't get a grip of the game, right? Tupakola comes on, and he comes on at the perfect time because that's when Senegal are trying to find an equalizer. So they commit a lot of men forward. They get caught on the counter. Rabiot drags the defenders to one side and then threads a beautiful ball, right? Which leaves Koulibaly and Upakola to compete for pace. And obviously, there's only one winner there. He gets there first, chips the ball, a very composed finish this time around, because that's what we are not used to with Upakola. He always panics and then fluffs his line. But then he gets the goal and then it's 2-0 up. Kukhona le ntwana ke ngoku, uMbaye, that always comes in and causes trouble whenever he gets a chance to play for Senegal. I saw him also in the AFCON. I think it was the semi-final against Ivory Coast. I'm not too sure. But then he got a crucial goal in that tournament coming in from the bench, right? He does it again this time around. He gets the goal for Senegal, which pulls them one goal back. But then Mbappe, once he gets one, you know he's always going to fancy his chances to get another, right? The confidence was there, and he finally found his range of shooting. He gets the second goal, a brilliant finish from miles outside the box, catching Umendi off the line. And then the game is done. A bit of a shaky start in the first half, but then they turned things around in the second half, and they got themselves a convincing victory in the end. France are looking sharp, man, and once Didier Deschamps sacrifices one of them four up front there, I think they would have a very, very solid attack. You can have Mbappe coming from wide, you have Thuram in front, you have Ousmane Dembele on the left, and then you can have Michael Olise through the middle. But he seems to like Udue as well, so it's a bit tricky.